Welcome to another 9 to 5 escape video. I'm Joey.
And I'm Chris. We got Rex behind the camera.
If you're joining us from our Bangkok video, welcome back. If this is your first time here checking us out, hit that subscribe button so you can see all our other videos and be ready for the next ones coming ahead. Today we're going to help you out with buying a tailored suit in Bangkok.
Just a quick disclaimer, we were not paid in any way. The owners were super friendly and let us record inside their shop, so let's get into it.
So there's a lot of custom suit shops in Bangkok. There's probably, I'd say 2 every city block that you're on.
At least.
Yeah, and they're pretty pushy too. We try to go to a few shops to shop around and find a good price and someone that we kind of trusted, because it is, another country. We don't really speak the language. You don't know the ins and outs. So we ended up going to 3 different shops to get pricing. They were all about the same price for an entry-level suit, which was around 5,000 to 6,000 baht, which ends up being about $200 or so. Somewhere on the upper end of like 10,000 for a nicer suit. We opted for these entry-level ones that still look pretty good. Yeah, they tend to be pretty pushy. You go in there and they're like, here's this, here's that, look at this, look at that, and you don't really get a chance to like absorb anything. So I'd go in and talk to people and feel them out. Just find someone that seems trustworthy, that's friendly, and not so much of a used car salesman. We ended up going with this place called Emporium Taylors. They were pretty nice, helpful. They weren't like trying to shove any more expensive suit down our throat. We got to, pick out the fabrics we wanted. They weren't trying to.
They were super informative. The guy was basically like showing us all the different cloth types, fabrics,
right,
inlays, and basically he went over the whole process of how it is to make a suit.
Mm-hmm. And bottom line, we wanted to know the price and if it was like reasonable, if you'd come down on it, because they do a lot of haggling and bargaining there in Thailand. So we ended up going to the place called Emporium Taylors. They do jackets, suits, pants, dresses, basically anything with fabric, shirts, ties, they'll make it for you.
So when you walk into the shop, you'll be greeted by the owners. For our instance, it was Vinny and Vinod, super cool guys. They'll basically walk you through the whole process of what it takes to make a custom suit. They'll show you all the selections of different fabrics that you could choose from. They got wool blends, cashmere, silk, cotton, etc. But depending on the type of fabric that you choose, basically determines the cost of your suit. So be wary of that. Also to be wary of is the length of how long it takes to create a suit. They do require 3 fittings. That's basically 1 a day. Mm-hmm. So definitely allot some time for that. You may want to start the fitting process in the beginning of your trip in Bangkok or wherever you choose to get your suit made in Thailand.
Yeah, we were there for 4 days, so we decided to go the first day, and then we'd be done a little before the last day that we were there. So 3 full days. And
right.
So the whole shop is lined with shelves of fabrics, like Chris said, different colors and patterns and whatnot. If you don't like any of the colors you see up on the wall, they actually have booklets and catalogs you can go through that have even more different selections. It's a little overwhelming, but if you kind of know what you're going for and you know what you're walking in there to get, it's not too bad. Chris and I went for the window pane look, where you got the sort of plaid look. Rex went with like a classic gray that never goes out of style. If you're really bad at fashion like us guys, they actually have magazines you can look through to see like what skin tone goes with what color goes with what scenario and whatnot. And the guys there too kind of know more about the suits than even we do. What's in style, what's not, what you should and shouldn't get. So yeah, it's you can go in blind and come out an expert, I'd say.
And looking pretty fly.
Yeah, for sure.
So once you pick out your fabric, color, pattern, they begin taking measurements, and there are a lot of measurements from like your inseam, your thighs, your arm length, your neck width,
bicep, everything. Bust,
yeah,
everything.
You're basically staying there for a few minutes with someone measuring you up.
It was quite invasive.
A little bit. It's basically like getting pat down at an airport, something like that. Yeah. But then after your measurements, you could actually pick out like different parts of the suits that you didn't think that you could. Like for instance, the color of the stitching, I chose to do like a off color for some of mine.
The one buttonhole up here, you can get the color of that too. Mm-hmm. They can even put your name, stitch your name on the inside, little emblem.
Yep.
We didn't opt for that, but if you want something like that.
Mm-hmm. Some other options you get to choose is you could determine how many buttons you want on the front, on the face of your suit. I think we all went with 2.
Yep.
Buttons. Also, even the number of buttons on your sleeve.
Right.
It's everything. Pretty much every detail of the suit you're customizing yourself. So
again, if you get overwhelmed, just ask. They'll help you out.
Yeah.
What's pretty standard? You know, you can look it up or just ask them.
I think both of us went with the 4 buttons. Rex wanted to be the oddball, and I think he got 3. Is that right, Rex? Yeah.
Another design option is the back. I call it a vent, I guess, or the flap, whatever you want to call it. You can get the 1 slit down the middle or the 2 down the sides, so it's more of a flap instead of a split down the middle.
I opted to get the 2 slits, 1 on each side. I think it looks pretty cool. Kind of like a James Bond type suit.
Yeah.
So on the other side of the store, they have tons of different patterns for the inside of your jacket, and you could get really creative with this stuff. I basically went with like a shiny vinyl type. They have so many different options to choose from. Vinny, the store owner, he was basically telling us people get crazy with the insides of their jackets. They choose to have one side, one color, the other side is different, and then even the back of the jacket to be a different color.
Rex went all out. He got a nice like silky red look with this gray jacket. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So the next step is they send all their measurements off to the tailor. I think it's actually just down the street from the shop. They've got people working there, seamstresses, all that. So they put your suit together. The first day that you go back for the next fitting, they have the jacket with just the vest part of it. No
sleeves.
No sleeves yet. And the pants were ready too. So we got to try those on, and they took even more column measurements, but they kind of pulled it in, made it a little tighter where they needed it, or added some fabric where they wanted, and they marked it with chalk or, you know, any kind of like drawings and markings so they could send it back one more time. They had the sleeves, but they pulled them up and put bobby pins through it just to see what it looked like, make sure the length was long enough and all that. So it's kind of a hodgepodge suit, but it's cool to see like the full thing in action on, 24 hours later. Right. It's a pretty quick turnaround.
So after that second fitting is done, the suits are sent back to the tailors just to fine tune the suits, make sure everything is put together correctly. But basically the suits are done after that final fitting. If there are any more adjustments that need to be made, they'll basically take it back to the tailor, and they should be able to mail this or deliver the suit to your hotel or wherever you're staying. Overall, it was a great experience getting these suits done. It was a process basically I never was a part of.
Yeah, I got a suit here in the States, and they took, I think, like 2 or 3 measurements, like the chest, the inseam for the pants, and like the neck, and that was it. And it fits pretty well, but like this is just insane how well every part of the suit fits, from your arms to, your chest to your waist and everything.
Right.
But yeah, it's for the price you get and what you get, it's insane.
Mm-hmm. And one cool thing, just because they have all your measurements, you could basically call the store or order another suit online. Just send them an email, say, hey, I'm interested in getting another suit. You already have my measurements, make it up. So that's a really good service that they have.
Yeah, I'm sure if you got measurements here in the States too, you could probably send it to them and they can send you a suit back that's already, done up.
Just make sure you don't eat too much.
Yeah. Any kind of weight gain, you're probably not going to fit in it anymore. So big thanks to Emporium Taylors. They helped us out, got our suits nice and perfectly fit. If you guys want to check them out, we'll put some more info in the description. But if you're in Bangkok for a few days, I definitely recommend checking them out if you're in the area. But again, explore your options. Check out other tailors. Don't have to go to them. You don't have to go to the first one you go to. Just explore your options. I actually got to take my suit out, try it out at a wedding. It was kind of the topic for the night. I feel like I was stealing the thunder from the wedding, but everyone was asking like, oh, where'd you get that? Where's that from? Mostly the bow tie was getting a lot of looks too. It's made out of wood, if anyone wants to know.
So thanks, guys, for watching this video on our guide to getting a suit in Thailand. Make sure to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to check out our website at 9to5escape.org. The link will be down below in the description.
We'll have more information there if you want to see, a lot more pictures of the trip and other places we visited. Hope you guys found this video useful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want any more information or have any more questions, leave us a comment down below, or even just, tell us your experience of getting your own suit in Bangkok. As always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell button for future notifications on other videos that are coming up. See you guys in the next video.
Peace.